Hey everyone, thanks for joining. I see there's lots of people here. Kim and Chris and Sparkle Grande and JR and Beth. Hello, Beth. And Melissa, all the way from Trinidad and Tobago. And Brenda. Nice of you to be here, Brenda. And Rob and Bill. And Dee Sautel. I'm not sure how you pronounce your last name. I apologize. And Mike. Hey there, Mike. And Ashley. Hello, hello. Oh, thank you, Mike, or thank you, Dee. I appreciate that. I really do. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, are you? I think everybody's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Hello, Original Six. How are you doing tonight, Tiff? And Pam, hello. There you go. Promote, promote. There's Rob. Yeah, I did. I just get so I'm trying to keep up with everything. Oh, that's funny. Well, Tiff, if you fall asleep, I won't blame you. I know you're probably working hard. Hey there, Mike. Nice of you to join. Hello, Sarah. You know, it's funny. I'm gonna scroll back up here for a second. Melissa, when I saw that you're from Trinidad and Tobago, my dad had actually wanted to open up a beachside bar in Trinidad and Tobago when I was a teenager. And I hadn't thought about that until just now when I saw that. So, welcome, welcome. Hey there, Judith and Elizabeth. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Hey there, Timothy. How are you? Aw, that's sweet of you. How is everyone tonight? I hope everyone is doing well. I hope the weather's good for everybody where you're at. And you guys are all staying busy and staying safe. Hello, Jude. How are you? From Ireland. Small holding. That's nice. Hey, Teresa. Welcome. Good evening, Clint. I agree. I hope everyone had a beautiful day. Hello, Mike. We have a lot of mics in here tonight. Hey, Janet. Nice of you to be here. You're not quite to 114 yet, are you, though? I think outside, I don't know what the temperature is outside, actually. It's a fairly nice day today. Let's see here. 17 degrees. That's where I'm at. Hey, Terry, nice of you to join me tonight. Hello, Sylvia and Sheila. And there's Bill's channel. Be sure to check him out. He's got an upcoming live stream as well, though I don't know that he has it scheduled yet. Hello, Sally. Oh, thanks. I'm glad that it's working. Hello, Deanna. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. And I appreciate you watching the channel. Hello, Marie. Nice of you to join from New Zealand. And there's Ron from Off-Grid Homestead McGarvey Style. 9 p.m. So you're 9 p.m., but is it Tuesday in Trinidad and Tobago, or is it 9 p.m.? I guess that wouldn't make sense, would it? 9 p.m. on Monday. So you're 4 hours ahead of me. Hello, Gnomestead. How are you doing? And hello, Maple Farmer from New Hampshire. And there's Ed from Windy and Cold Valdez. Yeah, no wind here today, or at least very little wind, which is good. Only 80 today. That's good, but your temperatures are climbing, I'm sure. Hello, John. I'm from Colorado, but I'm coming to you live from Alaska. Uh-oh, be careful, Gnomestead. I don't want you getting in an accident. In Willow, it's 29 degrees right now and very sunny. Yeah, it's been sunny all day, which has been really nice. Unemployment is coming along. You're on your second month. Oh no, Brenda. That's not good. Hopefully things are going well for you. I am just busy trying to get caught up on all the chores that I let sit on the back burner for the last couple months. So right now I'm not even focused on finding a job, to be quite honest. Just really just trying to focus on getting everything here brought back up to spec. And then once that's done, then I will start looking again. Hello, Corgi, Alaskan Dreams. How are you? You're in Washington right now. I love Washington. Washington's so beautiful. Hello, Pamela. We are having a great night, especially since all of you are here to join me tonight. A little chilly for Clint today. I believe, Clint, you're in Texas, if that's correct. Correct me if I'm wrong. Hello, Terry from Canada. And hello, Lisa. How are you? Nice of you to join us tonight. No schedule yet for Bill's live stream, but it's coming. Hello, Kathy in the cold Michigan. My dog is doing just fine, Jude. He is laying down right here. Yep, he's behind the chair. I had to make sure he was still back there so quiet. Aw, thanks, Paula. Nice of you to be here tonight. There's John's channel for anybody who's interested. Monday. So you're on the same time or same day. That's good. So you're just 4 hours ahead of me. Ooh, a nor'easter coming in tomorrow in Massachusetts. Yeah, it's been a mild winter here too. I was down in Valdez earlier this weekend, and it looks like they have about half as much snow as they did last year. I'm sure, Ed, that you're seeing the same thing there. Hey there. How you doing, Lay? I'm glad you're here tonight. There's Gnomestead's channel. Hello, D. Hefner. How are you? Oh, David. Nice to meet you, David. All the way from Clark, Wyoming. Hello, Beverly. Yes, I am staying warm, especially today. It's only 17 outside, but it's actually really comfortable. I've been busy doing chores, and that's, I'm sure, helped keep me warm all day. Hello, Bill. How are you doing? Tell Tally Girl hello from Kenai and I. And there's Ron's channel for anybody who's interested. And there's Mountain Mariner's channel as well. $40 degrees and still raining now 6 days. Woo! That's a lot of rain. But I bet everything's beautiful and green there, JR. Hello, Deanna. Nice of you to be here. Oh, thank you, Melissa. Yeah, that Korean pancake is really tasty. And after having a winter of just frozen vegetables, it was nice to have some nice fresh vegetables. And the crunch of that pancake is delightful. Hello, Richard. Nice of you to join from New York. That's what I remembered. Thanks, Clint, for confirming. Hello, Patricia. How are you? All the way to New York as well. Waiting for the blizzards. Oh, no. Well, I hope you stay safe. Getting pretty cold there for Sally. And the next few nights had to cover the hydrangeas. Oh, I love hydrangeas. I keep thinking about whether or not I should plant some here, but I don't know that they would make it. Maybe, but I'm not sure. Hello, Oliver. Nice of you to join me in your 66 degrees in Texas. And it's 42 there in Clark, Wyoming for David. And Teresa says it's 37. Good evening, Donna. I had a great day. I hope you did too. Betty says it's 23 degrees in Harrison, Michigan. Wow. We got a broad range of temperatures all over the place. And for Ron, it's 55 and raining. Denali was named after a predecessor, Mount McKinley, president assassinated in 1903. Family originally from, I don't know what the CO, I believe that sounds for county, maybe, Antrim in Ireland. That's interesting. I did not know that McKinley was there or named, or originally, that's right, originally from there. Sorry, I'm getting wrapped up in the words. Who played Luke on The Real McCoys? Oh my goodness. The movie or the TV show? And hello, Jim. Nice of you to join us tonight. Only about a quarter of the snow this year from last year here at the homestead. Yeah, I would say the snow that I got here is probably about 3/4 of the amount that I got last year. I have 4-foot marker stakes out in the yard so I could plan out some projects, and there's only about maybe half a foot sticking up out of the snow right now. Hello, poor man. How are you doing tonight? And Mr. Giant Puppy, glad you can join us. Hello, PJ. Also from New Zealand. We got a couple of you from New Zealand tonight. Thanks, Beth. I'll tell Kenai that tail wags from Grissom. That's nice. Deanna, did you have a live chat yourself, or are you saying that you were able to join mine? If you did one, I'll be sure to check out your next one. And there is Jim in Alaska's channel for anybody who's interested. Windy, windy, windy here and spitting snow. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to get any more snow or not. Well, no, that's not true. I'm supposed to get snow at the end of this week, Friday and Saturday. There's about a 50% chance of snow on both days. 76 outside, 90% rain forecast for Wednesday, and then back down to 57. Oh, you're going to have a little cool snap come through. Hopefully your little sister was nice, Michelle, and thanks for coming in tonight. Oh my goodness. Very little snow in Valdez this year. Snow in the forecast for tomorrow, but not much. Yeah, no snow here until Friday, but I don't know the amount that they're calling for. It's probably a dusting, if anything. 27 in Northwest Georgia. That's pretty cold for Georgia. Hope your guys' spring plants don't freeze. Is there any point in asking my age as inspiration to the rest of us ladies? Well, Jude, I can tell you that I'm old enough to do it and young enough to know better. Oh, wait, did I get that wrong? Young enough to do it and old enough to know better? Yeah. I won't say my exact age, but I will tell you that I'm somewhere between 45 and 60. I'll leave that range there, and you guys can figure it out. Hello, Mojave. Nice of you to join. Diana from California. And hello, RBH. Nice of you to join tonight. And there's Poor Man's channel for anybody. Hello, Kevin. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you like the live streams. And D is from Florida. And PJ. Hello, PJ. Mountain Mariners, always glad to have new subscribers, as are all of us. Everyone can come by me. It's warm and you've got food. Food is awesome. Everyone loves food. Yay. That's nice. Just don't crash while taking us along tonight. Be safe for sure. Oh, President McKinley never even made it here. Yikes. I actually like that they're changing the names back to the traditional names. I think it means more. I think it's, I don't know. To me, it's way cooler to have it called Denali than McKinley. Kenai is doing just fine, Clint. He's got a belly full of food and he's snoozing away behind me here on the floor. And John says it's 27 degrees and sunny and windy where he's at. Well, you can keep the wind, John. That's for sure. Richard Crenna. That's funny. I'm trying to remember what Richard Crenna looks like. I'm going to have to look it up. 45 on Vancouver Island. Vancouver Island is gorgeous. I love Vancouver Island. I think all the snow went to California this year. Yeah, hopefully it helps with the drought. That's for sure. Oh, yours. Oh, thanks. Well, I'm glad you finally made it, Deanna. That's nice. Hello, Jenny. Uh-oh. Banking collapse. That's not good. I better check my bank account. Yep, I feel we got it all. Well, hopefully, like I said, hopefully it helps your drought there, Ron. Hello, Mike. Nice of you to join. Getting some snow as well. Be safe for sure. 47 degrees, a little sun, 38 in clouds, feels like 44 in a breeze. Yeah, it's funny how they'll say feels like whatever, but here I think if I were to look it up knowing that it's 4 or 17 degrees outside, it probably says that it feels like 5. Yeah, not much snow in Valdez can be 3 or 4 feet. Not much snow in Valdez could be also very wet snow, unlike here where it's like powder. Cooking a rooster tonight? Sounds good. An early Aaron go bright. Happy Patty's Day, even though he wasn't Irish. That's true. We should just call him Happy England's Day. Oh my goodness. Dang, spell checker, try that again. Usually Valdez has a 25 to 30 foot berms of snow, probably not even 10 feet this year. Yeah, that is true. Like last year when I went down, the snow was taller than the buildings, and there were just giant mounds of snow that they had piled up in every available lot. And this year, those piles, as Ed just said, are not even quite 10 feet tall, and they only come up, like the snow mounds in front of the buildings only come up about halfway. So it's a lot less snow than it was last year. Hello, Steve. Nice of you to join me. Steve's got a live stream going on at least once a week or every couple of weeks as well. I'm going to try to be on his next one. I shouldn't say try. I promised him. So I'll be on the next one. So what are you saying? Is you're 30 years old for the 23rd time? No, I'm saying that I'm 18 years old for, I can't do math. I'm 18 years old for an infinite number of years. Thanks, Jude. I appreciate that. You made it across Canada. Your next journey is for Ireland to Alaska via BC. Nice. That'll be a nice trip. That'll be a beautiful trip. Hello, Otto. Nice of you to be here. No bears on the property yet, but when I was going down to Valdez, I saw a bear run across the highway, and I also saw several people glassing for the bears coming out of their dens. So they're starting to wake up and starting to make a move, that's for sure. There you go. Aaron Gobra. Thanks, Nomi. And there is Tremenko's channel. Nice. And there's Steve's channel for one, so you can check out that live stream he's got going on. Have I looked into a biodigester, make your own natural gas for heating and cooking? I have researched it, but I don't know that I know enough yet, or that I feel comfortable enough yet with it to actually attempt it. So I don't know if you had seen in a previous video where I had mentioned that I'm actually afraid of natural gas. I'm actually afraid of even the butane and the propane that I'm using. When I was growing up, my dad was in charge of the natural gas emergency response division for the utility company back in Colorado. And he studied natural gas explosions religiously. He had a notebook that was probably this thick, full of newspaper articles from all the explosions around the world and around the country. And you know, every news story about one he had recorded. And because of that, I have this fear of a natural gas explosion. So I'm not exactly sure that I would ever do it, but I have looked at it because I do think it's interesting. I've also looked at um, making my own diesel from burning the plastic in a sealed container so that I can make diesel fuel. But I'm not exactly sure on that diesel what it can be used for, like if it's safe to use in a tractor or if it's only meant for like maybe a small engine that doesn't have to be refined so much. So a lot to learn on those fronts. I don't really know a whole lot. Rob says he's got 27 and Wendy there at his homestead. The ribeye steak that you cooked for me last time was very tasty. I'm so jealous. Oh my goodness. Hello, Robin. Just signed on. How's the job search? It's going slow. I'm just taking my time catching up on things around the cabin. And I really haven't even started to truly job search. I mean, I'm kind of looking at the ads. I've got, you know, some applications in, but I'm not super focused on it. Um, I'm going to take the time and get things done around the cabin first and make sure that we get everything, or me and Kenai, make sure that I get everything taken care of that I need to before I start really diving into getting a job. I've spent so much time focused on my previous job that I let a lot of things slide here, and I feel like I just need to get those caught up. And hello, Tremco. Nice of you to be here tonight. It's so cool to see people from all over. I agree. This is awesome. I love how many people tune in and want to converse. Hello, Daniel from Kenai. That's very awesome of you to be here tonight. Am I worried about the 2 volcano warnings? I am not worried about the volcano warnings here, because I think they're out on the Aleutian Islands. At least I know one of the warnings is. I don't know where the other one is. And that's quite a distance away from me. But I'm more concerned for anybody who's, on ADAC or closer to the location of those volcanoes for sure. We were hoping you'd stop by someday. There are about 3 YouTubers here in Salina. I might make it your direction. For anybody who's interested, Tremco does wood carvings, like chainsaw carvings. It's really cool. Really cool. Hello, LaRue. Nice of you to join. Better late than never. I'm glad you're here. Hello, Kevin. Oh, you got some light snow expected in your area tonight. Well, be safe. Hopefully it doesn't make the road slick. Thanks, Bill. Internal thermostat of a deep sea fish. No, I don't think I ever get cold either. Rarely do I get cold. Every now and then I'll go downstairs and be like, okay, it's cold in here. I got to throw some wood in the fire. But really, it's more of a chill than it is actually being cold. Why don't you have a cover like a garage? There's plans to build one. I just haven't had the funds available to build one. When I first got here, my main focus was getting the roof replaced on the cabin because it was at a serious point of collapsing. And then I had some other projects that I wanted to get done as well. And so I have plans to build a metal pole barn off to the side of the cabin that will act as my garage. But I'm also not a big fan of putting up like a shelter logic, just because it means I've got to maintain the snow on it, um, throughout the winter. And you would think, well, that's not a problem. You're doing all sorts of other things around the cabin. It shouldn't be an issue. But last year, there was one storm that came through that dumped 3 feet of snow in a matter of minutes. It wasn't hours or anything like that. It dumped so much snow so quickly that it actually suffocated my chimney and put out my fire from inside the cabin. And I just feared that if I had a shelter logic or something like that, that it would destroy that shelter logic, that it would bring it down in one fell swoop, and then I'd have a bigger mess on my hands. Give me one second. I got to silence my phone here. I forgot to do that beforehand. But there are plans definitely for a garage, and I don't mind cleaning the snow off my car. It doesn't bother me at all to do so. Hello, not so remote Alaska. Nice of you to join. Don't get you started on corned beef. Corned beef, cabbage. Yep. Though I do love cabbage, I have to admit. I'm a cabbage fan. Hello, Colorado Pack Rat. Nice of you to be here. And the brown serpent. Hello, nice of you to come in and chat with all of us. Yep, to keep my vehicle safe from the snow. Yeah, but like I said, I really don't mind keeping the snow on my vehicle or having to clean the snow off. It doesn't really bother me. And I'm not really going anywhere in the winter time either. For the most part, it's like I would just prefer to be here. Like Jack Benny, I'm just 39. I like 18 because it means that I'm definitely young enough to get into trouble still. Any spy drones? None that I've seen. The only thing I've seen is some geoposition locked satellites behind the cabin. And to be honest with you, they kind of scare me a little bit because I can see them even when I can't see the stars, and it drives me crazy. They're pretty bright, and they're there every single night. So, your bears aren't out yet. Well, the bears are starting to make an arrival here for sure. Spring bear season is upon us right now. They're starting to come out of their dens and they're on the move, but I haven't seen any on the property yet. But I did see one crossing the Richardson Highway the other day. There you go. Rob's asking Nomi to come in and hang with him for a day. That'll be nice. You guys are always good fun when you guys hang out together. Valdez has a low pressure parked in the Gulf of Alaska that pumps a lot of moisture over Valdez and into the eastern end of the Copper River Basin over McCarthy. Yep. So I'm not expected to get snow until later in the week. I'm hoping it's not a lot. I'm hoping it's not a wet, heavy snow. But with my luck, it probably will be, especially because there isn't anybody in the area right now that's available to plow. That'll be just my luck. And there's the Brown Serpents channel link for anybody who wants to stop by there. Stop by also. We're all just inviting everybody to pop on over. I was using a butane burner one year teaching a class, seated it incorrectly, and set my towel on fire. You're smart to be cautious. Oh, thanks, Lee. Yeah, it scares me. It definitely scares me. Hello, Angie and David over at Rutherford Roamings. Nice of you to join. Glad you guys are here. And there's Old Tavern's channel link. You can make diesel out of old cooking grease. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know you could do that. I use the old cooking grease when I'm having difficulty starting a fire. I just dip a log in there and then set it on, and it takes off pretty easily. Changing jobs. Yep, I lost my job. The company that I was working for filed bankruptcy and closed their doors. So I am on the job search, but I'm taking it slow, taking my time, going to find that position that's right for me. Yeah, Lee seems like she's got a good head on her shoulders and is always, one step ahead of things. So I have 2 small propane bottles in my cabin, one for my cook stove and one for my heater. Have done this for years with no problems. Yeah, I think for the most part, there's probably no issues. It's just that one time where something goes awry, but I keep all my excess butane in the cabin. I have a propane tank that's sitting in the Arctic entry, and then I have another propane tank outside. So fingers crossed that nothing ever does happen, but I'm just one to be more cautious. I'm not following the comment, Mojave. Sorry. And there's Angie and David's channel link. Hello, Free. Nice of you to be here. Starting snow, another 1.5 to 2 feet expected. Oh my goodness. You guys are going to get so much snow. When will you be able to receive US mail again? Yes, very soon. April 1st. I'm opening the mailbox up on April 1st. So what? That's just over 2 weeks away. Where do I get my skirts? I bought most of my wool skirts. I bought off of Amazon. And then I got a couple that I had custom made from a tailor off of Etsy. And it's funny though, I have one skirt. I was just looking on Amazon actually this last weekend, and I have one skirt that's a light tan plaid, and I waited 6 months to get that skirt from some off name clothing place. I don't know who sold it, but I just saw it on Amazon, and it's not for sale. Like they just show the picture. It's not for sale, but they have a price listed even though it's not available. And one was listing it for 300 and some odd dollars, and another one was like $289. And I just laughed. I was like, it's a polyester skirt, for heaven's sake. It's not worth $30 even. It's a pretty skirt, but it's not worth a couple hundred for certain. Hello, Jane. Nice of you to be here with your 71 degrees. Told her to build it and she didn't listen. Mike, you know I'm hard of hearing. You'll have to speak a little louder next time. Just for all info, she's a very long way from attic. Yes, I am. Yep. So let's see if I can figure out how to do I can't do it. So if this is Juneau and this is the Aleutian Islands, attic's like right here, and I'm like clear over on this side. So I'm quite a ways away. Michael lives in Salina, 2 hours from your location. Nice. Nice, nice. What part? And born and raised in Dairy, Alaska now. That's where Rob is. He's in Alaska now. Southern New Hampshire, New Peterborough. Night, Sally. Thanks for checking in. Hope you had a good night. What kind of internet do you have out there? Right now, I have DSL. So I have an internet connection that is about 5 or 6 miles down the road from me is where the main tap is. And I have an upload speed of 1 and a download speed of 11. And it's pretty hit and miss. There's sometimes where I can't get any signal at all, even though I have a hard line. So I don't know though. They're coming through slowly though and making changes to the internet here. So maybe someday I'll have better internet. Thanks, Bill. I appreciate you reminding everybody. There's a $10 fine for phone going off during a meeting. Oh, do I have to pay everybody? Oh no, I better pray that oh, you mean because my cell phone went off? Dang, I forgot to read the charter members and I didn't sign the SOP. So maybe I can get out of that fine. Uh-oh, breaking news. I know I have several freezers, but I have several freezers yet, but do I have a refrigerator? Nope, I don't have a refrigerator. I use a Yeti cooler in the warmer months as my refrigerator. And in the cooler months, I just set everything on the front windowsill and let the cold from outside radiate in and keep things cold. I don't refrigerate my condiments and I don't refrigerate my cream overnight. It just literally sits there on the windowsill and stays cold. and I'm not interested in getting a refrigerator because the cooler works so well. Um, and eventually, what I'd like to get though, as opposed to a true refrigerator, is an old fashioned ice box. So if I don't find one that I like, I'm probably going to build one myself. But you're better off putting a steep tin roof on anything you build out there because it can snow so much when you're sleeping. This is true. This is definitely true. And that snow is heavy for sure. Even though most of the time I get powdery snow, the problem is that in the um shoulder months that I can get snow that is not only very damp, very wet, but also um it'll rain on top of that and then freeze and then it's just even heavier. So, what color are your eyes? They look dark blue, slate gray blue. Yep, my eyes are gray. They go from gray to green. Um, they used to be super, super green, and then over the years they've gotten grayer. But there are times where they'll still be like vibrant green, and I don't know how to make them change color. I wish I knew, but I don't. Good evening, Rosemary. Nice of you to be here. Hello, Treasure. We hope all is well with you also. Those geoposition lights you reference are Mars and Venus. No, actually, um, they are satellites. So I have an app on my phone. Well, first off, I know that they're not Mars and Venus because they have red and blue or red and green flashing lights on them that you can see. It looks like an airplane actually. But also I have an app on my phone that I can move and it'll tell me what I'm looking at in the sky. And, I can click on it and it'll tell me that's Starlink. And then there's another one that's like a Chinese satellite or some odd named satellite. Um, but they are actually satellites that I'm seeing. They're not actually the planets. So thanks, Robin, and welcome into the chat tonight. Nice of you to be here. No worries, Deanna. I appreciate it nonetheless. We had Mars, Venus, Saturn, Jupiter line up for a few months ago. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Hello, Sean. Welcome, welcome. And there is Sean's link. Hello, Debbie. Nice of you to be here. You are not too late. We just started about 30 minutes ago, so welcome. Appreciate it. Was outside at night a lot. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I want to get actually a telescope, like a nice telescope. When I was a kid, I just had, one of those junior ones and everything, but I'd like to get a nice telescope. One of the ones that you can actually dial in and it'll move exactly to what you're looking at. Hello, Steve T. Nice of you to be here. So eventually maybe I'll get one of those telescopes, but I love seeing the stars. You can see so many stars here that it's crazy. There are a couple places in Colorado that I was able to get away from the light pollution and see the stars. But here the stars are just amazing. How do I keep my battery charged in my vehicle in the wintertime? I have a battery trickler that I plug into the house and it keeps the battery on a trickle charge all winter long. And then I also have a heater that heats up the oil pan, the transmission, and the battery itself. It sits underneath and keeps the battery at an even temperature. So that's how I keep it charged up. And if I don't do it on those nights when it's like below zero, then I shouldn't even think about trying to start the car until I get it all warmed up and trickled because it won't start for sure. Dehydrating some bear meat right now. Yummy. It's so nice to chew on as a snack and not put the pounds on. Yeah, protein's good for not putting pounds on. That's for sure. I hear that black bear's pretty tasty, but I wouldn't eat a grizzly. That's for sure. A virtual potluck at the next one. I was thinking that earlier because I was, believe it or not, scarfing my dinner down um, right before I joined the live. I was like, I'm not sure I want to eat on camera too much, but it would be kind of fun. 0 inches of snow, as usual. Clint never gets the snow. We'll send it all your way next, Clint. Right, Bill? Sometimes you have your head on straight. I think you have your head on straight all the time. I think you're always one step ahead. Bill's going to step away for a moment, folks. Palm trees keep it all away. Oh my goodness. Vegetable oil runs a diesel at about 25% less horsepower, but works. Canola is cheaper than diesel right now. That's good to know. That's definitely good to know. Oh, sorry, I just skipped over you. Raised in Alaska. Nice of you to be here tonight. I think it's wise not to take that first job that comes along. A good fit will be worth the wait. I agree. I'm not saying that I took necessarily the last job, you know, like I rushed into it or anything. It was a good job and I did like it there. It fit better with my core values than my previous employer did. My previous employer, so one job ago, I didn't agree with anything. I didn't believe in the product. I didn't believe in their mission statement. I didn't believe in anything. And it made it very hard to do my job because, you basically had to promote it within the company. And everybody knew that I didn't use their service or use their product. And so it kind of got me in trouble a few times. But the company that I just stopped working for, I definitely believed in their product. So hopefully I'll find something like that, that I can stand behind and feel good about, as if I'm doing something and adding some contribution to society or the world when it's all said and done at the end of the day. Hello, Carolyn. Nice of you to join here. Welcome, and hopefully you'll be back on the next one, like you say. But I'm glad you popped in nonetheless. I have no problem with the propane, but natural gas, having a line underground at your house, I don't like that because you never know when that line is going to crack. That is true. That is definitely true. And here with the earthquakes, I would be afraid to have a natural gas line under the house. So Sean says that he's got 2 5-gallon bottles in his place right now and have for the last 10 years. Disinfect your bottles regularly and you'll be fine. Yeah, that's kind of what I figure. It's not really the storage of the bottles that I'm concerned about. It's more the igniting and making sure that you have your connections threaded properly. Steve T. Lowell, Steve T. here too. This is true. Hello, Josepha. Nice of you to be here. Brooklyn, New York. Raining and windy. Thank you. And Kenai's right behind me, Josepha. He's here with us too. Filtered well, use engine oil mixed with kerosene can be used for older diesels. Interesting. April Fools. Well, it won't be April Fools when I get it open. I promise it'll be open on the 1st of April. Oh, thanks, Ron. I'm not too stressed out over it. It took a moment to kind of like settle the thoughts down in my head, but now that I've had a week to kind of process everything, I'm like, I knew it was coming. And it's kind of the reason that I rushed to get as many things done on the cabin as I did, because I knew I needed to do it while I had the funds to do it. And so this year, we'll see if I get stuff done later on in the summer, but I'm going to focus on some smaller projects for sure this year. I think us old timers are the only ones. Oh my goodness. Clark, hopefully you just got the snow and you're not in the flood zone. But thanks for joining the chat. Welcome back, Bill. Haven't had any income since October. No job either. Oh, that's not good. I know you were working that part-time job. Hopefully you're managing just fine though. Hello, Zetta. Nice of you to be here. Sell sewn skirts when you start sewing. I've thought about it. The only problem is that I don't know that I can sell them or make them cheaper than you can buy them off of Amazon. But at least if I made them, they'd be of natural material. Because even the wool skirts that I bought off of Amazon, I don't know that they're truly wool. I mean, They could be, but I always think it's probably some hybrid. Odd, odd doc. I don't know how to say it. You have to write it out phonetically. Like, I assume that ADAC is not right. So Adak. John's probably shaking his head at me going, oh, this girl. Good evening, Two Bears. Nice of you to join us tonight. ADAC. ADAC. Eh, eh. Dude, I took speech therapy for so many years learning to speak English. I'm never going to get it. ADAC. ADAC. Well, what am I saying? ADAC. Eh. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to hear it. I'll just go out there and you guys can coach me directly because I'm not going to get it. Yep, I'm approximately 900 miles. Yep, it's a long ways away, and hopefully that ash cloud blows out to the sea and doesn't affect anybody. It seems like job hunting might be the trend right now. Things are slowing down. Yep, and with inflation going up and people spending less, I think it's going to be more and more that we're going to see people laid off. Hello, Dr. Joey. Nice of you to join here from Oceanside. We have internet beavers on the payroll to keep the lines open. Oh my goodness. That's funny. Have I thought about getting Starlink? At Meet the Mr. Giant Puppy. I have thought about getting Starlink, but I kind of want to see how it's working out for those that have it, and and then we'll see. But yeah, I know something needs to change here because the internet I have is way too slow. I can't really do 4K uploads unless I want to do them, where it takes me, if I'm going to do a 4K upload, it takes me, depending upon the length of the video, about 6 to 7 hours to do a 15-minute video upload. So I need to definitely get a better internet connection. When will I be receiving packages? April 1st. April 1st is when I will open up the P.O. box again. Hello, Christina. Nice of you to join from Northwest Wisconsin. And Betty K, looking forward to watching the garden I'm going to create. Thanks. It'll be a container garden this year, but I'm definitely going to get, at least that this year. I'm going to try to grade the back of the property to level it out. So even if I wanted to put in a garden this year, it wouldn't happen until that got done. Y'all ever Google fur fish? No kidding. I'm afraid to know. I'm afraid to know. And there's Mr. the Giant Puppy's link. Use RTIC coolers. Oh yeah, less expensive and just as good. So I bought my Yeti cooler when Yeti first came out, before it had competition. And I spent a lot of money on that cooler. I think I spent a lot less than they are now, but still a lot of money. And to be honest with you, I love that cooler. I've had it, oh my goodness, I've had it for probably 12 years, and it's phenomenal. That Yeti cooler is an absolute charm to use, but I do agree they're expensive, and there are other ones that are just as good that for a lot less money. Hello, Long Tall Texan. Spring has arrived in East Texas. Well, it'll be here sooner than I realized, but not soon enough, I think, for some people. Aw, thanks, Ron. I appreciate you reminding everybody. Why, hey, where's my $10? Sorry, patience, but Mike's not. It's in the mail. The check's in the mail, Mike. Yes, about ice. I just heard a bit about how the Amish cut ice and use sawdust to store it. Instant cooling. Yep. Yep. If I could do the ice house, I would. I think it's a phenomenal idea, but I just think after I did my research, I was like, it's not worth the effort I'd have to put into it to make it work. But if things really went south for me and I didn't have any electricity, I might do that. 2,000 square foot garage has absolutely flat roof. It's just built to take it. You must have really over-engineered that, Tremco, because a flat roof up here, I can't even imagine the snow sitting on it. Linda says, we have that problem in Wisconsin with roofs are all in danger. Yep. I think anywhere that snows, that's an issue. My Arctic entry is my fridge. Ice house is the way to go. Why don't more people do it? I don't know. I think, that everybody got sold in the 40s and the 50s on conveniences, and and then everybody just forgot about things. Your eyes are red. Oh my goodness, Mike. Hello, Linda. Your hubby had 3 teeth pulled. Oh no. Oh, yes, I can only imagine how much pain he's in. Oh, well, tell him that my thoughts are with him, and I hope he has a speedy recovery. Yep, and Rob keeps his freezers outside. I know a lot of people keep their freezers outside and their coolers outside as well, and they just treat that as their freezer in the wintertime here. So my eyes are changing color based upon what I'm wearing. Where green, they're green. Where blue, they're purple, and they're blue. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure because I've tried to do that, like change my outfit and see if they change or reflect differently, and they don't. But I know that's right. Don't mean we're all up to something. I know that other people have commented about, oh my goodness, how green your eyes are right now, and I can't figure it out what makes them change. The Arctic Coolers founder are related to Yeti founder brothers, I've heard. Oh, that's interesting. Some little family competition. Hello, Adam and Phyllis at Alaska Cut the Cord. Thanks for joining. We need to talk more about sunshine and ignore the snow. That way the snow will get the hint and leave us alone. That's funny. There's Cut the Cord's link. I think everyone should give a round of applause for Bill because he is so on it with providing the links to everybody's channels. It's so nice. Are you close to the orange level danger zone for the two volcanoes? Nope. We were just discussing that, Linda. I'm about 900 miles away from where they're at. So I'm not even sure if I'm in a yellow for that one at this moment. Hello, Yvonne. Nice of you to join. And there's Not So Remote's link. Stars twinkle, planets don't. Satellites. Stars twinkle, planets don't. Satellites and the space station reflect. Yeah, well, these ones have moving lights on them. I can see the red and the green, or the red and the blue alternating. And when I cannot see any other stars in the sky because it's cloudy out, I can still see, there's actually 3 of them behind the cabin, and they're about equidistant apart from each other. But I can see them even when there's clouds in the sky. And if it was a star or a planet, I would not be able to see that. Starlink's satellites are going 28,000 miles per hour, not geosynchronous. Sorry, you're wrong. Well, there are definitely, whatever it is, they're definitely satellites. I'll try to get a picture with my phone, and I'll post it on one of the upcoming videos, Tremco, so you can see what I'm seeing. But yeah, they're not moving, whatever they are. They're in the exact same position every night. And if it wasn't for the flashing lights and the fact that they weren't there, earlier in the winter, and then they've been there for the last, I'd say month, maybe month and a half. And my phone's telling me they're satellites. So I know that they're something that's geosynchronous. They're locked. But who knows? Hello, Lion. I'm subscribed to your channel. I'm from Europe, living in Spain. Spain is awesome. Thank you for joining. Do you know if in Alaska there are some people living like in Mongolia, nomads, shepherds? I don't know of anybody that lives like nomadic shepherds here. I think all the tribes people have, a permanent home. They're in their villages. They don't move. They're not, herders of any type. But I could be wrong. Maybe Nomstead or John in Alaska or somebody else would know the answer to that question. But I don't believe we have anything like that here. Poor man says, up at Mount Washington, they have wine boxes on the outside of their cabins with a line coming inside. You just turn a tap for cold wine, much like a window washer pump under your hood. That's hilarious. Oh my goodness. It looks like you have a thyroid issue. I see a bulge in your neck. Look up nutrition. Yep, I have. It's not that I have a thyroid issue. What it is I have an iodine issue because I don't eat properly. I have had my thyroid checked out and everything's fine, but I need to just start taking my iodine is what it is. But I thank you for putting that warning out there. My mother had thyroid cancer, and so I'm very aware that if you see like this butterfly right here, and like when I swallow, I don't know, I can't swallow right now. But yeah, this is actually just iodine is what my issue is. But I don't have like, there's nothing wrong actually with my thyroid itself. It's just an iodine deficiency is what I have going on. Hello, Sassy. Nice of you to join. Back to driving and listening. Be safe there, Gnomestead. Hello from North Carolina. We may have sold our home and hopefully we'll be coming to Alaska soon. That's awesome, Adventures of Exploring. I'm so happy for you guys. Oh, and northern lights forecasted for Wednesday. That's fantastic. Hopefully the clouds stay away. How long before fishing there kicks off? A couple months, I think, at least a month and a half. We got to get a little bit more melt. The rivers, believe it or not, some places they're completely iced over, and other places they're not. Other places they have a lot of open water. So, and there's Raised in Alaska's channel. Whoever said canola is cheaper than diesel does not buy from Crowley. Oh my goodness. And there's Adventures channel for everyone who's interested. Got tired of getting chased by black bears, so now I hunt as many as I can. Yeah, they can be a pest, I understand. Propane bottles don't ignite, they explode. Yep. That's my understanding. That's why I don't like them. Adventures. I just subscribed to your channel. Oh, Billy, that's nice. And thanks for being here tonight, Billy, if I hadn't already said hello. I hear that. That's what I'm doing this year is hunting the black bears. Yep. Hello, Jimmy from Lake of the Ozarks. Nice of you to be here. Have you had an earthquake and how big? I have not had any earthquakes near me at all. But there have been earthquakes in the surrounding area that have been, on average, I think they go from like, well, this Alaska thing doesn't track anything less than a 1. I don't know what they call it. There's a mapper thing you can use. But generally, the ones in the surrounding area are about anywhere from a 1.5 to a 2.4. They so far haven't been that big. But who knows? Hopefully, knock on wood that we don't get a big one here. There are underground gas lines all over Alaska. They use PEX. If it was an issue, lots of people would explode. They don't. It's safe when done right. Yeah, as with everything, right? If it's done properly, it should be fine. I have 5 100-pounders at my cabin. Hello, Lips. Nice of you to join. Yeah, I'm not so worried about, like I said, the storage of them. It's that when you go to ignite your burner, that's what I'm afraid that, if you have a leak, that you would just cause an explosion. That's what I'm worried about. Yes, I hope so too, Adventures of Exploring. I hope when you come up that you film the whole way. What is your average temperature you keep your cabin during the winter? 50 degrees. I keep the inside of the cabin at 50 degrees year round. That is what I find to be most comfortable, is that temperature. So there, a few times I get it warmer than that, but the temperature, because the heat rises, then on this second level, it's uncomfortable. It's so the heat just gets trapped. Even with the fan running, it's still too warm up here. So I try to just keep it at 50 year round. My attitude was always, I was looking for a job when I found this one. My best job was flying for a few Hollywood people. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, and I don't really have that attitude about why I was looking for a job when I found this one. But what I tend to think is things will always work out. I don't stress over things. I know a lot of times people say, "Oh, don't be so hard on yourself," what have you. And most of the time I'm not. I'm just stating a matter of a fact thing. Um, and sometimes when I'm like, I got to get my butt in gear or whatever, it's not that I'm really being hard on myself. It's more of a, yeah, I need to get my butt in gear. More of a trying to talk myself into being motivated to do whatever it is I need to do. Enjoying the Iditarod. Yep, on Raisin Alaska's channel. It's awesome that everyone's able to go film that. I'm kind of jealous that I don't get to see those things being on this side of the state and not getting to travel over there that often. I said it correctly. ADAC. Okay. That's what I was thinking. I was like, I'm so confused. Sarah says that Rob's been working on their solar system. Let's see what she said. Rob's been working on our solar system. We have not used a generator in the week or so. That's awesome. I'm glad. That is awesome. How long have I been in my current location? What's the nearest town? I've been in my current location for about a year and 8 months. Yeah, about a year and 8 months. And the nearest town to me would be Glen Ellen. Yep. Which is about an hour away from where I'm at. Good night, Mojave. Thanks for joining. We appreciate you coming in and chatting with us too. And we do hope to see you on the next one. Bill says he's only heard good things from people who have Starlink in Alaska. That's good. That's good. Hello, Carol. Nice of you to join. My day has been fantastic. Hunting and fishing. Oh, there you go. Fur fishing game. There you go. I was afraid to know what what Tremco was talking about. Thanks, Bill. It's a thing. Good night, Ron. Have a good night. Thanks for joining. Hello, Ernie. I'm glad to hear that you love the channel. I appreciate that. Ah, thanks, Iggy. I appreciate that. That's awesome that you just became a channel member. Thank you for doing that. A little town just south of me still cuts ice every winter and stores it in an ice house. The fire depth does it to make money. The fire department does it to make money, and they sell the ice in the summer at fairs, etc. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I mean, that's the thing, right? Is like back on the East Coast, they were doing it in the 18th century, and they were doing it in places like Virginia and Pennsylvania, and it's a lot warmer there in the summer months than it is here. So I figured I should be able to do it here, but it's a lot of work. Styro Aircrete is how you do it. I'll shoot you an email and we can talk. Yep. I was going to ask you about the Aircrete anyhow. I know you've mentioned it a few times. Good night, Betty K. Thanks for joining. Had 4 flat roof businesses in Anchorage collapse this winter. Woo! Yeah, that's a lot. Hello from Cape Cod, New England coast. It's nice of you to join. Thanks for the compliment. Bill is the man. He is the man. Steve, hello. How do I manage being alone up there by yourself? I really just don't give it much thought, to be honest with you. I've been very independent my whole life. My family would even tell you that, I was always taking off and doing things by myself, and uh, I just don't really give it too much thought. And when I'm around other people, I I kind of get a little bit anxious because all I want to do is make sure that they're taken care of, they're comfortable, they have everything they need, and then I forget to take care of myself. And so by the time my company or friends or whoever have left, then I feel like worn down. So this way I don't feel worn down, if that makes any sense. Oh my goodness. Um, but hello Philip, you're not late. It's all good. But yeah, I think I was meant to live alone, to be honest with you. Hello Jeep girl, nice of you to join from Southeast Oregon where it's raining and all the snow has melted. She says she uses a buddy heater with a 30-pound propane tank to supplement our heat. So I do use an oil burner to supplement the heat here in the cabin. Though, to be honest with you, I would prefer just to use my wood stove. I've been seeing the same thing over in Ottawa. It looks like the Tesla logo in the sky. Oh my goodness, that's kind of funny. Arctic founders worked at Yeti, then things went sideways in the family. Interesting. Hello, Eddie. Nice of you to be here. There are a lot of people that live in yurts. Yeah, that's true. There are a lot of yurts in Alaska. There definitely are. And there's a lot of houses that look like sheds. They're not very big. They're like maybe 500 square feet, and they just are sided with OSB and no vapor barrier or anything like that. It's pretty interesting what you see here in Alaska. Hello, Miss Me. I see the same sunlight in my house in Eagle River, Alaska. Right? It's kind of interesting because it has that red and green flashing light. It's I mean, that's what makes me know that for sure. And I've gotten out the binoculars because I don't have a telescope. I've gotten out the binoculars and dialed in that way, and you can definitely see the lights on it. Most village natives have fish camps and hunt camps, but more permanent homes in the village. Yep, this is true. Hello, Andrea from the big island of Hawaii. Nice of you to join. Real trappers are nomadic. They build small cabins along the trap lines. That's true. I didn't think about the trappers. But a lot of the trappers aren't necessarily indigenous. I mean, there are indigenous trappers for sure, but they're not all of them are indigenous, I should say. And satellite and even the space station. Yeah, and I can see the space. I can't really see the space station, but I can use that app on my phone to track the space station. I mean, I think once I was able to see it, and that the app had told me that's what I was looking at. Hello, Gladic. Is it possible to feel like you live in the wilderness in this Sistina Valley? Um, I'm hoping to move up there as an aircraft mechanic. I want to work on small planes in the valley. I think it is. I think there's plenty of treed area there where you could feel like you're away from everybody. But I can't really say for certain. I'm sure John and Gnomestead would be able to answer that question better than I would. But I would think that it's possible. Hello, Victoria from Oregon. Nice of you to join. We have Jupiter and I believe Venus bright in our sky. I've been seeing for a few weeks. That's interesting. I know I've seen Venus, next to the moon for years. I've been able to recognize that one, but Jupiter, not so much. Do you know what time the Northern Lights are supposed to be out on Wednesday night? Iodized sea salt by Morton's. Yep, I actually have iodine drops that I use in my mouthwash. I just need to use them in my drink. I need to just put a drop or two in my coffee in the morning and make sure I'm taking it. Hit the thumbs up and then it went away. Way to go, YouTube. Yep, YouTube plays games every now and then, it seems like, or it goes on a fritz. Have a safe night, Iggy. Thanks for joining. Literally, thanks for joining. I appreciate it. Long tall Texan Alaskans fish all year. Oh, that's true, because we have ice fishing and off-coast fishing. Oh my goodness. See, this is why I got to have John and Nomstead and Sean and everybody else on here because they know more than I do. Hello, Panhandle. Greetings from Alaska, right back in your direction. Hello, Lisa. 70s in Pensacola, Florida. Hello, Lori. Wondering if GCI put up a couple satellites or if they're working with Starlink because I noticed on the live feed of the Iditarod a satellite receiver like the ones from Starlink. That's interesting. Jay Delaney, will you marry me? I'll give it some thought. No promises. But thanks for the offer. Oh my goodness. I've been stuck in Texas since Friday waiting to unload. Oh, that's a long time to be sitting there with a truckload of stuff when you probably have other places to be and hopefully you're getting paid for your time. I'm not sure what time the Aurora is forecast for Wednesday night, but I'm sure at some ungodly time. We're also forecast for clouds where I'm at. I was going to say that's probably how it's going to be, is we'll be under a cloud cover. But here, the Aurora is generally the brightest at about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, I've noticed. Do I have any online stalkers giving you any concerns? No, no, none that I'm aware of anyhow. I always say that if anyone really wanted to come out here and mess with me, they should probably give it a little bit of thought because I would consider a woman who's living by herself in the middle of nowhere, Alaska, who's always armed to be a little bit maybe crazy. So you might want to think twice stalking me, but who knows? More people die from CO2 than using propane bottles exploding. Yeah, that's probably true too. There you go. There's the earthquake tracker. Marla says, where do you shop in town? What store when you're ready to start restocking? Sorry, not trying to get you to plug any particular store. Just wondered if you had a preference. I like Three Bears. I like Three Bears because they carry a wide variety of things and it's kind of like a mom and pop style store. I mean, I realize that they have, a franchise or branches, I should say, of their store, but I like Three Bears. And I've been shopping at Three Bears in Wasilla. But I don't know. I haven't had the opportunity to shop at any of the others, but that's really what I like. I'll also shop at Cars and Fred Meyer's. Yep, I need to take my vitamins. Thanks, Amanda. But I do like Three Bears the best, I think. And welcome to the chat, Marla. And thank you, Manda. I will take my vitamins. I'll get right back on it. Quick Feed app is pretty awesome. I'll have to look that up, Ed. Vitamin C helps with iodine absorption. Oh, that's good to know. I did not actually know that. I only eat organic, free-range, grass-fed fish. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Maybe it's just because I'm used to the cold. I don't know. But yeah, if it gets any warmer than 50 degrees in here, I'm sweltering. Hello, Thomas. Nice of you to join. Plant naturally high in iodine. Thanks, Bill. I'll look at that. I know walnuts are, but I don't have any walnuts. So my cabin is always around 80 degrees with 2 windows open. Blaze King would still crank down low. Oh my goodness. I could not breathe if the cabin was that warm. And none of my windows open except for, well, the new kitchen window I put in and then these 2 windows up here. And of course the back door I had added. But yeah, I would be sweltering. Thanks, John. John's laughing at me going, she's lost it. How is the cottage coming along? Well, Melancholia, it is, I'm not even if I said that right. Melancholia 1. It's coming along. I've got more projects to do, that's for sure. But it's coming along. It'll be slower this year as far as the projects go. Hello, Rabbit Coyote. How's Pretty Lady of the North? Spent the day in the greenhouse here in the Lake of the Ozarks, 31 degrees right now. Burr. Yeah, it's warmer than it is here. That's for sure. Fur fish is a mounted fish made of fur. Oh my goodness. At those temps, the dry heat, all would be sleeping. Yeah, the heat would knock me out. If it's that warm, I sleep like crazy. I can't. I get exhausted in the heat. Same here, but managed to keep it around 65, 70 with our Princess 32. In the new house, the wood cook stove is always at a steady 63. Yeah. Even if I get the wood stove up super high, the warmest it typically gets in here with just the wood stove running would be about 55 degrees. Starlink V3 is in beta testing with 200 Starlink employees, should improve speeds and connections. I'm curious what the speeds and the connections are right now. Yep, I'm already eligible for the Alaska Permanent Fund, and I actually just applied for it last week when I did my unemployment. So it's Nick. No, it's not. It's Knick. I don't know if it's Nick or Knick, but you guys aren't going to be able to convince me one way or the other. Like I always said the Knick River, but now I'm questioning myself. I'm going to have to like take Alaska language lessons 101. That's pretty toasty. How many square feet is your cabin? Oh, hello, Charlotte. You're not late. It's all good. I'll be on for quite a while. I'm glad you're here. I hope you're feeling good. Hello, Brenda. Yep, I'm a true introvert. That's for sure. Hello, Lindsay. I'm good. How are you? Good night, Billy. I'll see you on the next one. I hope you have a good night. Just put out containers of water to make ice in the winter. They used to make ice in Egypt by putting out a thin layer of water and then collect the ice in the morning. Yeah, and I've thought about that. You know those big metal restaurant tubs? I've thought about just purchasing a bunch of those and just making ice in those and using that as ice blocks. To me, that makes perfect sense as opposed to me going and cutting ice and harvesting it. Hello, Sandra from Costa Rica. Nice of you to be here. Alaska has a company that makes sure they're based in Homer. Oh, that's pretty cool. I did not realize that. Thank you, Sandra. That's very nice of you to say. Nomad makes the best yurts. Well, if ever I need a yurt, at least I know where to go. Hello, Randy. Nice of you to be here. Vitamin C helps iodine absorption. I have the same issue. Brownstein's book is a wealth of information. I will definitely look into it, Amanda. Thank you very much for that. Make ice storage box out of the purple 2-inch foam board from Home Depot. Yep. What app do you use for the stars and satellites that you're referring to? The app that I use is called Sky Tonight. It's the free version. You can pay for it, but I don't like paying for anything, to be honest. So I just use the free version of Sky Tonight. Yes, very much so. There are a lot of people who live off grid there also. Susitna. Oh my goodness. This is one of the reasons why I didn't want to do it live, actually. I'm like, people are going to be like thinking I'm off my rocker because I can't speak. Last Frontier Homestead, thank you. Gladys says, have a good night, RBH. I hope you sleep well. Hello, Jill from Texas. Nice of you to join me. And hello, Mrs. Smith. I'm glad you made it. And hello, Sasquatch Mike from your rock in Kentucky. So is my room done yet? Am I ready to move in? No, it's still under construction. Poor man. I'm working on it. I'll let you know. I have a Star Walk 2 on my phone. You just point to the sky to see what satellites are there. I'll bet you have very little light pollution and can see everything. I can see a lot. There's a lot that I still can't see, but I can see way more here than I ever could, even in some of the darkest areas of Colorado. Sounds like a neat place. Thanks, 12 Stones. It's wonderful here. Hello, Marianne. Don't you ever get scared of living by yourself? Nope. I don't scare easily. I I'm not afraid of I have a couple minor fears. To me, I say they're minor. Most people probably wouldn't think they're minor. But most things do not scare me. Three Bears used to be native corporations, but sold to a Canadian company now, I think. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't realize that it was because I know that they have a store in Montana as well. And I had shopped there, before, and it's just as nice in Montana. I've been listening this whole time while I write my reports and sweating bullets. It's 79 in your house already. Oh my goodness, I would be passed out with that heat. You and Ed would get along just fine. I'm glad my name is Ed. It's both easy to pronounce. My only competition is from Al and Bo. Oh my goodness. Oh, Three Bears is great. You can go in and get your groceries, chicken food, random stuff, guns, ammo, and liquor. The liquor store is right in the store too. So you can get your beer run while you get your food. Uh, Three Bears jacks up the prices too high for the stuff they get from Costco. That's true. Their prices are pretty high on some things, but I don't like going to Costco because Costco is always so crowded. So going to Three Bears, I'm willing to pay that little extra, I guess. And also then I don't have to run into Anchorage, because that's another 40 miles. So it's an 80-mile round trip to go to Costco if I want to go to Costco. Propane makes you very nervous. Hello, English woman. Yeah, I'm scared of the propane. I'm scared of any natural gas, to be honest. Doctor Group Global Healing makes high quality nascent iodine drops. So the iodine drops that I use are desensitine, I don't remember. I'll try to show them maybe in my next video. Hello, Anne. Nice of you to join, and thank you for the compliment on the channel. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Hello, Beverly. I love my 45. It's 72 here in Venice. Supposed to be cool 62 tomorrow morning and cold 58. Wednesday, I'll have to wear socks with my flip-flops. You'll be in high fashion. Yeah, I love Three Bears. It's a good store, in my opinion. Knick. That's funny because that's what I call Kenai. That's what I call him is Knick. Fair to middling so far, lady. Glad to catch a bit of life. I'm glad you're here, Lindsay. I am glad you're here. I think anything over 55 is too hot. See, Linda agrees. I even have to do my container gardening before 5:30 a.m. in central Colorado in the summertime. Yep. The Colorado heat in the afternoon is just way too hot. It would be safer to face a sow grizzly with cubs than stalk alone. This is true. Thanks, Steve. Oh my goodness. The same family that started Three Bears still own it. I work for them. They have taken on investors to help grow the company. Well, that's pretty cool. Hello, 762P from Ottawa. Nice of you to join tonight. Three Bears at mile 49 on the Parks Highway is much better than putting up with traffic in Wasilla. Yeah, but you're closer to the Parks Highway than I am. And Rob agrees. Hello, Patriot Prepper. I meant to say hello to you a moment ago. Hello, Lucille from Manitoba. An introvert as well and love the silence. Yep, I agree. The silence is awesome. Hello, Susan. Nice you to join. And same with you, Mina. Do you still have a lot of snow on the ground? I do. I have about 3.5, close to 4 feet of snow on the ground right now. So, yep, there's still quite a bit. And it's not melting. It's even though the days have been sunny, it's just too cold. It's been averaging about between -5 to about 15 or so, a high of 20 at the most around here. So it's just too cold for it to really melt right now. Hello, Brenda. Brenda says, you mentioned you thought you had a visitor presence watching over you like a Sasquatch. Have you had any more experiences like that? Nope. There's been nothing around here for months. I have seen only one set of moose tracks. No, that's not true. Two sets of moose tracks and a couple spruce grouse around here. I've heard the wolves off in the distance, but I haven't seen or heard anything else around here other than some of the lights in the trees, which I don't know if anybody else in Alaska is seeing the lights in the trees or if it's just me. But they look like Christmas lights, or like they're colorful, so they're not just like a lightning bug that would be yellow. Sometimes they're white, sometimes they're blue, sometimes they're red. But they just flash. One here, one there, one there. Sometimes I can see lights on the mountains behind me, bright lights that'll just flash and then it'll go away and then it'll flash again. And there's nobody up there. There's no cabins or anything on those mountains. So I don't know what the lights are. Maybe it's just something in the air. All my guns I bought came from Three Bears. That's pretty cool, John. You can get food, booze, gas, ammo, guns all in one place. It's like Walmart, only nicer. That's how I look at it. Another mic in the live. Yep. And that one's got a cooler name too. I'm putting in a copy claim. Oh my goodness. They bought the store in Butte, Montana, thinking they would expand down there, but then changed their minds. It probably has a tax benefit for them as well. Maybe, yeah. Three Bears is close, so a bit higher price saves a trip to Wasilla. Less I drive, less gas to buy, so kind of balances out. That's how I look at it. MG asks if I'm looking for a roommate, tired of living the city life. If I do, I'll let you know, MG. But currently, no, I'm kind of enjoying the solitude. Three Bears sounds like a death wish. One bear would get the job done. I always think that when I'm going to do my grocery haul, that I'm going to call it Goldilocks and the Three Bears, but I don't want to get sued by who might ever own that story title name. Three Bears in Alaska is Alaska owned and operated. Now pronounced Tatalek. I probably said that incorrect, but Tatalek. Hello, David Cheek. Nice of you to join tonight. I never did email you. I'm sorry. I owe you an email. Hello, Judy. You're probably the only other person I know that likes being alone. I always said I wanted to be a hermit. Yep. I like my being a hermit. First pair of bluebirds showed up today in the mountains of Colorado. That's awesome. Were they actual bluebirds or were they the blue jays? The blue jays are loud. Oh, they're so loud. Rent a box truck and go to Costco every 6 months. I go shopping for every 6 months as it is. Hello, Deborah. Sorry, I just skipped right over you there. Sorry about that. You mentioned in the last stream that the growing season was only about 90 days. What crops do you focus on and what methods do you use to preserve them? So I am growing cold weather crops. So a lot of root crops, right? Your carrots, beets, potatoes, and then things like peas and cabbages. I love brassicas of all sorts. So Brussels sprouts and cauliflowers and things like that. And then my method of preservation is canning and dehydrating and freezing. I don't have a freeze dryer and I'm not really interested in getting one, but canning and then dehydrating where possible. And then just storing in sand for some of my root crops like my carrots and my beets. And then storing potatoes just in, cold storage. Let's see here. Poor man says, I keep my house no higher than 65, and that's because I need the heat to for the cool crawl space so the pipes don't freeze. I have my window open all year, but not anymore because of rats. Yeah, I know you were saying you can't even have rat poison where you live. That's too much government intrusion, if you ask me. Yeah, Rob, I'm in the Alaska Triangle for sure. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if anybody else is seeing the things that I'm seeing. I've talked to some other people here in the area, and they have said that they have not necessarily seen them, but they know other people that have. And so that at least makes me know that it's not just my eyesight or I'm me losing it. Hello, Mike. YouTube algorithm brought me Ah, nice. Thank you. Well, I'm glad you joined. Hopefully you're enjoying the live. Regular garden stuff does grow amazingly well up here. Um, you can even grow, like you said, corn might be difficult, but you can grow artichokes up here, surprisingly. They're going to be annuals unless you have them in a container and you bring them in over the winter. But yeah, there's a lot of things that you can grow up here because of it does get rather warm in some areas of Alaska. And then the sun, I mean, you have pretty much 24 hours of sunlight for at least 6 weeks, so that's pretty awesome. And then it shoulders off gradually on either side of that. It's like a breath of fresh air to watch a woman with a smile on her face all the time. Thanks. I do like to smile, that's for sure. You're welcome, Clint. Just change it to Goldilocks and I'm afraid to know. I enjoy the peace and quiet, not having to deal with other people myself. I don't have to share my coffee that way either, right? I don't have to share my coffee or my caramels. Nobody's eating the caramels but me. I'm kidding. Tatlik is Tatalik. Tatalik. Seriously, next to Valdez. Ask around. Oh no, please don't pronounce Tatalik correctly. Oh my goodness. It takes 6 months to get out of Costco. That's how I feel. Costco's the lines are way too long. And I really don't need to be buying some things in bulk, that's for sure. Some things, yes, but other things, no. Hello, Debbie. No, definitely you're not the only one who likes being alone. I love solitude and peace. That's good. That's good. I'm glad that I'm not the only one. Mountain Truth says, last time I was in Costco, it was an elaborate cluster. Yes, that's how I feel about it. The lines are just forever long in there. All of us introverts need to stick together. Yes, this is true. And I was telling a friend of mine that I would offer her jackets, but that would mean somebody would have to go shopping for them, and that's just an uncomfortable situation for an introvert. Um, Hello, Shannon from Lake Tahoe. I believe that we are having Alaska winter this year. Yeah, maybe you got all the snow that we're not getting this year. Separately in and out of spaces. Let's see here. It's just because she likely been wrestling all the bears all week. Yes, shh, I'm not supposed to tell. Mrs. Smith says they are actual bluebirds. They are really early this year. That's cool. That's cool. I don't think I went to I'm not going to remember the name of the state park. There's a state park down south of Parker, and they have the houses set up for the bluebirds all along their fence there. But I never actually saw any of the bluebirds while I was there. You seeing those lights because you've been alone way too long. Thanks to bears. I go to Costco 2 times a year. Rob, you must have more courage than the rest of us. Us introverts are alone in remote Alaska. This is true. This is true. That was a typo I meant to say in our own spaces. Oh, it's okay, Lindsay. Introverts roll. Thanks, Rory. And welcome. I can word, I promise. Yeah, you word about like I speak. It's all good. It just means you're one of us. I'm actually caught up on the comments. I've kept up with you guys tonight. I'm not 10 minutes behind like I normally am. That's kind of interesting because normally I'm like way behind on the comments. Don't need rat poison, use baking soda. Yep. That's what I did is the baking soda and borax and what else did I mix in with it? Peanut butter. And it works. It definitely works. Take some leftover something in my baking soda sprinkled on top of it. Rats can't, yep, they cannot flatulate in any way. Aloha, Barbara. Nice of you to join. If the satellites don't have lights in the summer, what are you seeing is ice crystals in the air. Oh, that's interesting. Ice crystals in the air. But wait, I don't know about that, JR, because I see it. Well, it's not dark enough in the summertime for me to see it. So, but last year, I was seeing them like as early or as late in the season, I should say, as late in the season as the end of April, beginning of May. And then in the fall, I started seeing them as early as October. So I don't know if there's enough ice crystals in the air at that point. Rob says he can get in and out of Costco pretty fast. I know what I want to get and get it out. You're lucky. You must have it mapped down. Does Alaska participate in daylight savings time? Yes. Yes, we do. We definitely do. Good night, Tiff. Thanks for joining. I hope you had a good time, and I hope to see you on the next one. Hello, Justin from Minnesota. We are simple folks. Yep, that's introverts. That's us. Hello, James from New York. I just found 160 acres for under 200,000 now to get rich somehow. Good luck with that. When you figure out how, let me know. You can spell good. I spell about, he spells about as well as I speak, Ed. And I'm lucky your name's Ed, because otherwise I'd just be calling you Mountain or Mariner all the time, which is what I do anyhow, but still. Do you ever have any large animals compete in your windows? Nope. I haven't had anything come right up to the windows yet. So, and I'm keep my fingers crossed that I don't. But don't they then explode? I assume that you're talking about the propane tanks, Deborah, but I'm not sure. Getting to be a pro with those comments. I'm working on it, Susan. I'm working on it. Thanks, Barbara. I appreciate it. Same thing with the ring around the moon. Yeah, sundog. I've seen the sundog and I've seen the ring around the moon. And I realize that when you see that ring around the moon, it means that you're going to have precipitation within the next 24 hours. But that's interesting about the ice crystals. Because that first time that I saw the light in the trees, it was a singular light and it was super bright. It was like someone had a flashlight and was shining it at the cabin. And it was about 11 feet up in the air. And it wasn't where there could have been headlights or stars or anything like that. Yeah, so it's interesting that you're saying that it's ice things. That's very interesting. Thanks, Brenda. I appreciate that. I appreciate that very much. Hiya, James. Nice to see you to join. Nobody sees the lights because they stay inside at night. When you pee outside at 1, 3, and 5 a.m., you see all sorts of things. Oh my goodness. I spotted a bear along the seashore 2 days ago. It appeared friendly, but today I saw the same exact bear again and it seemed angry. Pretty sure it was a bipolar bear. Oh my goodness. That's hilarious. I should have seen that one coming. I know most locations of stuff, but they mess with me and move stuff around a lot. They're just trying to slow you down. Just go to Costco on the weekend. Yeah, I'm going to stay away from Costco, to be honest. My mother always said that was the $100 store. She couldn't get out of there for less than $100. I laughed at her for that. I don't participate in daylight savings time. I never change my clocks. Yeah, I kept making notes to change the clocks after the last live stream. But then I realized I don't actually have a clock. It's all on the computer or the cell phone, and it changes it for me. So I don't have to worry about that anymore. We have had ermine, bears, and porcupines look in the windows. Yeah. Luckily, the bears have not actually gotten up to the windows here. Next thing is outrageous tattoos. Yeah, not me. Not this girl. Hello, Vanessa from Spooner, Wisconsin. Thank you for the compliment. I appreciate that. Sasquatch with a mag light. That's what I figured, JR. They could see me, but I couldn't see anything but the flashlight. Yes, thanks, Bill. Sorry, I was thinking about the rats that oh, yes, that makes sense. I was abducted by aliens last trip to Alaska. Not that bad of an experience. They were extremely hospitable. MG, that's good. I'm glad they brought you back too. Yep, you have cabin fever. Maybe just a little stir crazy. In the winter, tree bark provides insulation for the interior of the trees while also dispersing heat. When trees go dormant for the winter, it's because they sense a shift in the levels of daylight. That makes sense. That definitely makes sense. It's at a point that they begin making changes at the cellular level to become more tolerant of cold temperatures. That totally makes sense. I could see that completely. I I really can spell, but my phone is making me look bad. Yeah, my phone does the same thing. Pizza rocks though. That's good. Oh my goodness. How far away am I from town? About an hour. About an hour away from town. About an hour outside of Glen Ellen. Seeing lights. How many drinks did you have? I'm not a big drinker, so none. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe I need to start. Maybe it's dehydration. Run out there and smack that bear on his backside. Show it who's boss. Uh, well, good. At least I'm not the only one. Lips has seen it as well. That's nice. At least I'm not going crazy. Just put some homemade barbecue sauce on the chicken. So yummy. Oh, that sounds good actually. Thanks, Two Bears. I'm glad I got your seal of approval. Make skirts out of tree bark. That'd be really uncomfortable and super heavy. You could hear me coming from a mile away. Oh, thanks, TH Puffman. I appreciate that. The Puffman. Absolutely love you, girl. My kids and I are moving up there and building our own homestead. That's fantastic. You and a couple other Alaskan YouTubers are our inspiration. That is absolutely fantastic. Make sure you film it. We all want to see. I'm like that at Dollar Tree, always $100. That's a lot at Dollar Tree. Think about all the things you can get. Um, Thomas says, wish the government would quit messing with the time, always messing with me for weeks. Yes. Like you set your clocks back and then your whole world has to adjust with it. Seeing lights, have you been smoking a little too much of that wacky devil's lettuce? I don't smoke the herb. Oh, well, thanks, Steve. That is very kind and generous of you. And I definitely need to get some more ammo, so I will put it to the ammo fund. Thank you very much. Yeah, we want to know what part of Alaska. You don't have to give too many details, just give us the general vicinity. But yeah, we're all curious as to where any of you who are moving to Alaska, where you're planning on moving to. Sorry, I'm making myself a note here. Only see them with scotch. Oh, those are ice cubes. That's about a box of 20 rounds nowadays. That's true. That is definitely true. How long does it take for a draft? Oh my God. How long does it take for a draft to throw up, Ed? Yep, no weed burner here. No pill popping, no weed burning, no nothing. About the only thing you'll ever see me with is a beer in my hand. That's about it. How much is land there? It can vary. It can vary from, about $10,000 all the way up to close to $1 million. It it really varies, and depending upon the size of plot you want, or if there's any structures on it. But when I did my search, I looked on Zillow. That's how I found my land here. But you can also look on remoteproperties.com. And then there's a couple other ones like the Mental Health Trust Fund has some. There's all sorts of ways of looking for land. Looking for land north of Glen Ellen. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I hope that you find something, Puffman. That'd be good. Scotch and rounds and smoke. I found my tribe. Oh my goodness. Beer run. Denali in the summers, not about the winters yet. Yep, Denali. I plan to get out to Denali this summer myself. Denali is beautiful from what I've seen, but I've not seen it firsthand yet. So that's the goal this year. Is there any part of Alaska that stays warm, at least 60 degrees Fahrenheit? That's where I would move. I can't answer, but maybe. I think even Juneau gets cold because they get snow down there. So I don't bake with the herb either. That one herb in particular, I don't have anything to do with it. Martini, but love my rum. Ex-pirate, live aboard a sailor. Yeah, live aboard sailor, not a sailor. Per acre, I think they meant. Yeah, I don't know what the per acre would be. I haven't looked at land up here in quite a while. That's why I was saying I would look at, Zillow, remoteproperties.com. Trying to think, there's another big site that I'm just has escaped me at the moment. But there's definitely, well, you can also look on the state land sales and find property that way too. I believe in getting high on life, not substances. Yep, I'm the same way. Moving to your place as soon as my room is ready. Donations for my room. Now, come on, people. Poor man's looking for construction funds to come my way here. Eric says he drives a bus. Oh, that's cool. That's what Two Bears wants to do, right? Two Bears, you want to drive a bus, but you want to drive for school. Greetings from the high desert of Arizona. Hello, Frank Moses. Nice of you to join us tonight. And Dog Man from Ketchikan. John says Southeast Alaska is the warmest part of Alaska. Yeah, I think it's more temporal or temperate down there than it is here. Oh, you drive a bus in the park. Oh, that's pretty cool. In Denali? That's cool. Well, hopefully we'll meet up sometime then when I'm out there, because I would love to take one of the tour buses, because I know you can't drive yourself in very far anymore. Land per acre can be from a couple hundred for cropland up to $1 million for top of the hill with views of Denali. Most can be in the 10,000 per acre range. That's a lot of money still. Seeing lights where there shouldn't be any, are we? Here, when I see lights up on the mountains, it's logging crews cutting and stacking logs for landing trucks. Yeah, these lights aren't moving, though. They're static, other than they flicker, like they'll go off and then come back on. And when they're on the mountains, there's nothing on those mountains. Those mountains are completely covered in snow, and nobody lives on those mountains. And they're bright enough that I can see them at my cabin. So, nope. Dogman says he's in Arkansas. Oh, so you're not in Ketchikan. Aw. Well, maybe one day. Donna, hello. Are you seeing lights or are they orbs? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I think they're orbs, to be honest with you. The way they react. But I don't know. Alaska is just to the left of Mexico on most maps. Don't know why it's so cold here. I have over 14 years as a school bus driver, but I've also driven tractor trailers and dump trucks. So Two Bears has a lot of driving experience. And Rob says he loves his view of Denali from the house and the cabin. How long does it take? Oh, yeah, Ed, you never told us how long does it take for a giraffe to throw up? Was saying it's warmest in Alaska in Ketchikan. Okay, so you were saying Ketchikan is the warmest place. Thanks, Dogman. I appreciate the help. Good night, Thomas. Take care. We're glad you made it here tonight and joined us. A long time, I'm guessing. Never witnessed it. Maybe I'll search on a YouTube video. Oh my goodness. You have too much time on your hands, Ed. Well, there are mushrooms in the sauce. There's definitely mushrooms in some sauce. Have a good night, Thomas. Yep. Oh my goodness. You guys are too funny. I drove a senior citizen bus for a short time. They fought worse than third graders. Oh my goodness. That's too funny. I got to hand it to anybody who's driving a bus. That's something I don't think I would ever want to do. I'm around 1 million miles with every vehicle I've driven. Oh my goodness, that's a lot. Do I have cataracts? No. No. My eyes are just very pale. But I don't have cataracts. I hope I don't get cataracts either. That would not be fun. Never cared for driving trucks, but worked on them for 30 years. That's a long time working on trucks. This is awesome, hanging out with two of my favorite Alaska YouTube stars, Alone and Mountain Mariner. Thanks, Puff Man. We appreciate that. I have a working. Again, I'm at a loss. I don't know if it's the blonde hair or if it's just me. Seniors are often agitated. I started at about 30. Oh my goodness. Love the videos. Yep. Mountain Mariner makes some great videos. His short series are pretty awesome too. Like all the critters he's been showing recently. Also drove a school bus in Colorado and loved it. That's awesome. What district did you work for? Right? He's got amazing views. Working Ford version of the cataract. Gotcha. So when Lips asked that question, he wasn't asking it about me. Oh, and thanks, Mike. I just saw this. I don't know where it's at, though. I'm trying to get it to show up on the screen, Mike, but it's not showing. Oh, there we go. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that very much. It like went right by me. I apologize. Eagle County. That's awesome. Yeah, I've got family that lives up in Eagle County. It's beautiful up there. Don't have cataracts, but did own 2 Lincolns. Is Lincoln even still made anymore? I don't think they make Lincolns anymore. How long does it take for the ground to thaw out there? Well, I'll still have snow on the ground where I live until June. And the ground will probably remain frozen until at least the middle of May. But in other parts, it probably thaws out a lot sooner if you're down along the coast of the Gulf. As far as Alaska job, I'm open to most anything. No commercial boats, though. Good night, Ed. Thanks for joining us tonight. And thanks for keeping the laughter going, as always. Lived in Colorado for a decade and loved it. Yep, Colorado is awesome. I always say that Alaska is like Colorado on steroids. John Alaska is my favorite channel. Oh my goodness. You're a little bit biased there, John, but I have to, I can see why it's your favorite. Lights could be phosphorus gas. Oh, that's interesting. I'll have to look at that and see what that's all about. I caught that Sopranos reference. Good one. I'm getting tired. Loved hanging out with you, Alone, and all y'all. Have a great night. Good night, Janet Lynn. Thanks for joining tonight. Oh, they are still making Lincolns. That's interesting. I had no idea. Any UFO sightings yet? None here. I haven't seen anything. No fighter jets either. Try getting a job at Three Bears. Two bears working at Three Bears. Oh my goodness. Hello, Robert. Nice of you to join. Wish you were closer, but I'm all the way up in New York. I don't hunt anymore. I'm 79 and the legs aren't good for, and give me all the reloading equipment. Aw. Well, if you were closer, I would take that reloading equipment. That would be awesome. I appreciate you thinking of me, though. I enjoy your videos and commend you. I'm an older man doing the same thing in Arkansas and about to build a cabin, and 10 years into the renovation. I too have a channel. Check it out sometime. I will. I will definitely check it out. Good night, Robin. It was nice of you to join me tonight. And good night, Teresa. Have a good night. I appreciate everyone joining tonight. And I am going to sign off in about 4 minutes from now. And I'm going to go greet some guests that I have outside. My contractor and his family just showed up. They're going to stay here for spring break in the bunkhouse. And so I'm going to go greet them here in a moment. Well, thanks, Raised in Alaska. I'm glad you made it. And yes, thank you, Bill, for all of your efforts and all your hard work, keeping everything going. I really appreciate what you're doing. Thank you, Mr. Mike Lambert. I appreciate that. From your remote north of Talkeetna. Good night, Beverly. Thanks. I appreciate that. And there's Dogman's channel for anybody who wants to go check him out. Good night, Mike. And at your 11 p.m. there in Massachusetts. Happy trails, Dogman. There's a mystery spot in the Michigan UP. Weird things spotted. You guys must have your own triangle there. Sorry, Rob. You guys can keep the party going, but I gotta go. Have a good night, Lindsay. Where do you live in northern New York? Good night, Clint, and peaceful dreams to you too. And good night, Dogman. Did they bring company for Kenai? They did, but unfortunately, Kenai and my contractor's dog don't get along. That's the unfortunate part. Do I have GCN or Starlink? I'd have DSL. That's what I have. I don't have good service at all. That's what I have. Good night, JR. Thanks for joining. Good night, John. I appreciate it. Is it still hard to get into Alaska for the shoots? That I don't know. I think that they relaxed their restrictions, but I took the ferry and I don't know what it's like to get through Canada right now, but maybe. Yeah, it is nice to have a little company tonight. So good night, Susan. Good night, Deanna. Thanks, Steve. I appreciate it. And good night to you. I hope you have a good night. Thanks, Margaret. Margaret, I love that. Thank you very much. Good night, Oliver. Good night, James. I feel like, good night, John Boy. I feel like I'm on the Waltons. Yep, can't go very far because of the road. That's why I'll see you on the tour bus, Eric. And thank you, Dogman. I appreciate that. That is very kind of you. Very, very kind. Also, what's Alaska's Last Frontiers channel? Yeah, Bill, put up your channel on the screen there for us. Thanks, Linda. I'm glad you made it. The next live is Saturday at 11 p.m. and then again next Monday at 5 p.m. I hope to see you there. Good night, Yvonne. I will definitely look into Starlink, Dogman. Thank you very much. I enjoyed the chat and the laugh as well. And you can always live vicariously through me, Debbie. So I hope to see you on my channel. I'm sure you've been there. but I'm just saying again. Good night, Two Bears. And you're welcome for these chats. Good night, Chris. It was good to see you. I'm dog sitting for 3 dogs right now, 2 healers. Oh my God, what was I thinking? You're a brave one, Gnomestead. You're a brave one. Have a good night. Yeah, good night, Tomboy. Good night, Jacket Sprockets. Sprockets. Thanks for joining. Good night, Puffman. See you on the next one. Good night, Mary Ellen. You remember too much, Steve. Good night, Mitzi. Hi, Scott from Australia. I'm glad you love the channel. Have been listening on the side tonight as I've been a bit busy here. Catch you on the next one. Good night. Good night. Thanks for joining. Rest well. I will. And may God bless you and protect you as well and everyone else. And there is Bill's channel for everyone who's still hanging out with us tonight. Good night, Daniel. Thank you. Good night, Linda. Good night, Lips. Good night, David. Good night, Rob. Have a good evening to you and Sarah and Zeus. Good night, Mike. Good night, Ashley. Thank you very much. And good night to Mike Falunga and Oliver and everybody else that's still in here tonight. I want to thank each and every one of you, and I will see you again on the next one. Have a good night, everyone.